Gyms will never be a safe space if they pick and choose when to uphold their policies, part 2. In case you're wanting a timeline on years, we're probably sitting somewhere around like 2019, 2020. Don't quote me on that. I'm terrible with timelines. I'm dyslexic and have ADHD. However, I brought it to the attention of the staff. They told me they would get it handled. I actually left the gym that night. I didn't even finish training my clients. So overwhelmed, anxious, that I got in my car, cried my whole way home. The next coming days, I got passed off to manager until I landed on a supervisor who told me there was nothing that could be done. She proceeded to say, well, there's no proof of it ever happening. I said, don't you have cameras in your facility? To which she said, yeah, they weren't working that night. Conveniently, they weren't working that night, hey? I explained to her the situation again. I expressed to her how I was trying to do my job out of their facility, and I said how the staff had said this has happened before. I expressed to her that I was no longer comfortable being in her facilities, and I definitely wasn't comfortable doing my job because I felt threatened by this man. She said, well, we can't just remove somebody's gym membership because you're uncomfortable. I canceled my membership, my clients canceled their memberships, and I ended up working out of a private gym moving forward. This specific interaction is why I do not location share. You will never catch me live location sharing where I am or the gym I go to. I was terrified that he was going to find me on social media and he was going to figure out where I was. I was scared for my safety inside Strathcona County facilities and in general, and they told me there was nothing that could be done. The next 4-ish years, I trained out of private facilities, and then eventually during COVID, I transitioned online. I didn't live in the area, so I held gym memberships elsewhere. About a year ago, my partner and I moved back into Strathcona County, and both of us decided to rejoin. An important note is that my partner was also a contract trainer out of the Strathcona County facilities for years, and that's how we met, as contract trainers in the Strathcona County facilities. And then the last few months, there's been a reoccurring issue. A couple months ago, my partner was working out with his friend at the gym. The staff approached him saying that somebody complained about his shirt, expressing that they were uncomfortable with it and that it was inappropriate. The specific shirt that he was wearing, he has been wearing at that facility for years. Like, when we met 6 years ago, he was working out in this shirt. On the back, there was a slogan that said, lift heavy, eat ass, live happy. Some combination of those three things. That the shirt was inappropriate. He said, cool, no problem. He has not worn the shirt back. Saturday morning, we're minding our business, doing our workout. My partner was actually downstairs in the rack room. There was only one other person in that room with him. The same staff member that had previously approached him came all the way downstairs into the rack room and approached him saying, you need to change your shirt. Somebody complained about it. When I tell you my partner has been wearing this shirt to that gym for months, nobody has said anything. The shirt this time, spread cheeks, not hate. Said it's to encourage people to smile, spread cheeks, like you're smiling, not hate. They said, well, it could be insinuated that it means something else, right? Or it could be insinuated that it doesn't. When I find out they had asked him to change again, I went to get the full details from him. He was in the car at this point, and I went back up to chat with the staff about their policies. They had no proof of a policy. I asked them to pull up the policy on clothing so that I could better understand what is deemed inappropriate or not in their facility. They never showed me proof of policy. They just continued to say, his shirt is inappropriate, the family's facility, somebody complained about it. Let me get one thing clear. I actually don't give a shit what you wear to the gym. Wear whatever you want, wear what makes you comfortable. But we cannot be saying this shirt that could be insinuated one of two ways is inappropriate when there's people walking around with their titties out, when I see butt cheeks, when I see nipples, both male and female, when there's politically affiliated shirts, when there's slogans that say far worse in the gym. We cannot be deeming my partner's shirt inappropriate, but not the rest of the shit I see in that gym. I asked them point blank. I said, okay, so it's public opinion. So if I don't like somebody's gym outfit, I could walk up to you and say, I think that person's outfit is inappropriate, and you would tell them to change? They said, well, yeah, we would talk to them. No, you wouldn't. And they continued to talk in circles, saying that it needs to be a safe space for everyone. I expressed to them how this is no longer a safe space for my partner because he can't wear the clothes he feels comfortable working out in because you guys have deemed it inappropriate. One of the staff members was really giving the vibe that this was like her personal opinion on the matter. I don't actually believe that anybody complained about the shirt. He was in a room basically by himself, away from the rest of the members. Who complained? This incident on Saturday ultimately led us to the decision to find a new gym, because if you are going to pick and choose when to uphold your policies, and you are going to uphold a policy over a shirt, but you are not going to uphold a policy when I am being harassed in your facilities, your gym is not a safe space. Contacted management and asked for clearer policies on what is considered inappropriate or not, because public opinion cannot be your policy. And if you're not going to put a foot down when a woman expresses being unsafe in your facility, but you're going to put a foot down over a t-shirt, this be a reminder that if your gym does not have clear policies, it is not a safe space for anybody. And if they are basing policy on whatever a person feels that day, it's not a safe space for anybody. Because I could be having a terrible day, walk into that gym, say X, Y, and Z is inappropriate and hurts my feelings, and now it's the responsibility of that person to cater to my feelings on that day. It's unacceptable and not a policy. We need gyms to do better if we want this to be a safe space for everybody. I love you, bye.